Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Hopefully you're with me. My gizmos here don't show a lot of it, but things are running a little slow this morning. But we do have a lot of weather. All right, there we go. Nice to see you. Hey, good morning, Chris Hulein? Wow, that's a tongue twister. Sorry. Good morning, Joe Elaine from Royal Oak and Felicia Evans. Good morning. All right. Here we go. A whole lot of weather going on. Storm system number one, a solid snow for the purple shaded areas, Grand Rapids to around Saginaw, more likely the north side of Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, and northward. That's where a winter weather advisory is in effect. Starts in the southwest corner of the state, 10 p.m. tonight. That should give you a real good feel for when the snow will start, 10 p.m. Starts in the northern and northeast parts of the state at 1 a.m. So it'll take a few hours to get up into the northeast. And you can also see that back to the west, they have winter storm warnings in effect for Wisconsin, Illinois, and much of Iowa. That's the pinkish shade. So it's conceivable that we could get into a winter storm warning situation in a spot. I'll show that to you. So here we go with the radar forecast. And we're dry through the day today. We're at noon, 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me get a better perspective for you. Sorry about that. Hey, it's my day off. So, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. So here we go. So 8 o'clock, basically, starting to come into the southwest corner, 8 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock tonight. Southwest corner probably starting to get some light to maybe moderate snow by midnight or so. And here's midnight. So, it could be to the Detroit area and Ann Arbor. Now, notice in the southeast, you get kind of like a little finger of the storm system, and then it'll move through and you'll warm up. So you're not in the big snow. We're going to call the main area of snow. Main area of snow we're going to call from Muskegon to Mount Pleasant to Bay City northward, okay? Just south of that, you're in a pretty solid area of snow with some mix that will happen. Hey, good morning, Elaine from Ida, Michigan. And so then we go through the night, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So you could see that's a pretty good indicator right there of who will stay all snow and who will get a mix and some rain and improvements of roads. So all snow, you're looking at Ludington, Manistee to Houghton Lake, over to the Tawas area, northward through Traverse City, through the tip of the Mitt, and up into the UP. And in the Grand Rapids area, you'll start to get a mix, maybe some sleet or freezing rain in there before changing to rain. We're at 6 in the morning, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the whole thing sweeps into the southeast part of the state. Noon, it's probably warm enough for mostly rain and off to the east and done. So it's a 10 at night to noon type weather situation for tomorrow. Here's the snowfall. This is the model I like the best in something like this. When we get up in the short term, we can look at what's called the NAM, the North American model. It's a mesoscale model, so it can define smaller features. Hey, Mike Joy, good morning to you, and good morning, Newego, and Debbie Klein, and Deborah Butler. Good morning from Rothbury. Jasmine Ray, I like that name, Jasmine. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This is the total snowfall. By the time it's done, noon 1-ish tomorrow. So we'll call it a 5-inch plus snow from, say, Big Rapids, Pentwater, northward. Okay. South of that, a 3 to 5-inch snow with some melting into Grand Rapids. Probably. Now, this model tries to indicate a little secondary burst rate right in the afternoon as it comes to an end, and it does something around the Grand Rapids area, putting it to 6 inches. I don't know about that. I think that might be a little bit overdone, but Grand Rapids, you're probably going to have a slushy mess. You're probably going to have 3, 4 inches. Saginaw, you'll probably have 3 inches before it starts to melt down. Tip of the thumb, someone's asking, Evelyn Cronkite, you probably a couple of inches of snowfall. And then the solid 5, let's call it 5 to 7. Manistee, Ludington, through Cadillac, through Houghton Lake to the Alpena area. And Traverse City's probably in the 5-inch type snow as well. Let's look at a few different models. Now, I do like this one actually the best. This is the high resolution rapid refresh. Shannon Bauer Perry says, I'm heading from Detroit to Alpena tomorrow at 10 a.m. Any suggestions? Should I leave tonight instead? If you leave tonight, remember you have to get there before the snow flies. If you leave tomorrow, wait until the afternoon when it warms up, and it'll warm up all the way probably to Bay City or so, get above the freezing mark. But then from Bay City to Alpena, you might have snowy roads. Jackson, Brenda Stahl. Okay, we'll get to Jackson, but I think Jackson, you're probably an inch or two, something like that, and then melting off. All right, this is the high resolution rapid refresh. I like it. The downfall is because it's so high resolution, it only runs out to 18 hours on most runs, and this particular run, 7 in the morning, it runs out to 36 hours. And that's as far as I get right there. That's 11 a.m. And it looks very similar to the NAM. So when you start to see 2 and 3 models looking very similar, then you start to believe them. And again, there's your 5 to 7 inch area, Muskegon, Pentwater. This one's a little bit farther south. It has Grand Rapids at 5 also. So Grand Rapids, you might be 3 to 5, but you might be more like 5. And if you get the snow off the sidewalk once it warms up, it might melt off pretty good too. Marshall, you're looking at probably 2-3 inches of snow in the Marshall area. Flint, Alicia Bird Johnson, I would say 2 inches, something like that. Simone Malakia, hey, why can't we have an easy name like Toro Grosso this morning, huh? Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti totals. Paul Hastings, you're probably just looking at 1 to 2 inches and struggling there because you're going to be above the freezing mark. Otsego, you're in the 5, 6, 7 inch range, I would say. Berrien County, you're warm. You're probably 2, maybe 3 inches. Hey, good morning, Steve Hedapool. Okay, so let's look at the model I like the least on this, just to see the lowest common denominator. And I'm sorry, this is the U.S. model called the GFS. And at Grand Rapids, instead of 5 and 6, it's 4. But it's still got the same theme, still the same heaviest band. Muskegon, Pentwater, Ludington, Manistee, across the center of the state to the Tawas area and toward Alpena. Tapers just a touch as you go to Traverse City. Len, I just know, what is your inch prediction? I'm in Canton. Canton, you're not going to have much. You're an inch if you're lucky, and it starts during the day tomorrow. Lake Ann, John, you're probably a good solid 5 inches of snow. So that's the U.S. model. All right, now here's the one thing I did want to show you is that temperatures tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Okay, Grand Rapids 35. Saginaw 35, Lansing 37, Big Rapids 34. So if the roads are plowed and then it gets up to 35, it starts to melt off. There's Grand Rapids 39, 38 and 37 in Mount Pleasant, 38 in Saginaw. That's why I say if you have to travel tomorrow, the safest thing will be do it in the afternoon. Rose Stevens, Bay City gets a couple of inches of snow, and then you could see probably heading toward 35, 38-ish. Roads should melt off. Montague to Wisconsin, if it's today, that looks like a mess. If it's tomorrow, it would be best to wait to the afternoon. Brighton area, Andy Salmon, you're not going to have much. 1 or 2 inches, and then it would melt off. Northern Berrien County, Becky Scott, ice, maybe some accumulation, but you will look at there, you're 41 in the afternoon. So, whatever you have is going to be fairly temporary. All right, now let's go into our favorite model for the long term, the European model. Manchester, that is by Ann Arborish area, and that's 1 to 2 inches. Nancy Eagle, driving from work from Bay City to Frankenmuth about 10 a.m. I'm assuming today you're fine. Tomorrow, you're probably warming up, and the interstate salted probably will be in pretty good shape. Savan Hunt, Grand Rapids. Right now, Grand Rapids is looking like 4 to 6 inches and then some melting. Melissa Palmer, a Grand Blanc, probably 2, maybe 3 inches and then melting. So a lot of this where the melting is, it will act like we had less snow than what we did. So here's your European. It has that same motif for tomorrow. This is a good feel for it. This is 1 in the afternoon. See where the rain line goes up into the European. It's a little bit warmer. It's maybe 20 miles warmer. That moves through Thursday, a good travel day. Okay, New Year's Eve day, good travel day, dry. And then here comes our second mess. And this is the weekend mess. So this one has a little bit more of a chance of freezing rain at the beginning. Kim Antcliffe, Pinconning, you're probably 3 to 5 inches of snow and then some melting. And I would lean all toward the lower end on most of this. This is Friday night. This is Friday afternoon, 1 p.m. So we could get a little burst of freezing rain, probably not significant power outage icing, but maybe 1/10 of an inch of icing. And then the warmer air coming in to the southern half, changing it to rain even at night. But this is a good frame right here, I think. This is Saturday morning, 1 a.m. What does this show you? Erin, Hampton, Petoskey area, Max City, I would call it 3 to 5 inches solid, staying all snow for you there. And then you've got a snow on Friday night into Saturday. So this frame right here, Saturday morning, 1 a.m., shows you how far the warmth can get, and it's about Saginaw to Grand Rapids. And then as you get north of that, 10 or 20 miles, it stays all snow or a mixture and northward. So again, southern half will melt off whatever happens. This is Saturday morning early, and then it's all done. And I'm going to leave you with one more thing. So I've got a lot of weather to cover here coming up in the next couple of days. But let's look at the extended term, okay? Let's look at the 6 to 10 day forecast. And let me see if you can see that properly. 6 to 10 day forecast, high chance of warmer than normal conditions. That would be January 3rd to January 7th. And then here's the 8 to 14 day forecast, January 5th to January 11th. And that's about over a 70%. That's about a 75% chance of warmer than normal conditions. Hoosier Valley, Grand, Michigan. I know where that is. Jackie Cashel, 1 degree. Yeah, I believe it. Clear skies in those areas and fresh snow can really make the temperatures drop. Travis Bates, Claire, is probably looking at a solid 4 to 6 inches of snow out of this, and you might change to a mixture, or you might just stay close to snow. Action in the Flint area for plow guys, I don't know. You're going to have to do it early because then it's going to melt off. So there's your roundup. Whew, I'm exhausted. Tell me you don't get a weather update like that. Tell me you get a weather update like that somewhere else. All right, I'm going to come back and recap for you. The shot of snow tonight. Lisa Lowry, you're Mecosta. You're in the snow tonight. I'm going to call it 4 or 5 inches, Mecosta, maybe 6. So shot of snow tonight into tomorrow morning. Southern third of the state, Grand Rapids, Saginaw, southward warms up enough. Roads melt off tomorrow afternoon. Emphasis here. Want to travel tomorrow? Afternoon. Way better than early morning. Southeast, you don't get much out of this as far as snow. 1 or 2 sloppy inches. Warms up, melts off again, Wednesday afternoon. Thursday, a good day to travel. Dry conditions, although colder. And then Friday, the next mess comes in. And the general scenario is freezing rain to rain in the south, back to a little leftover snow. And in the north, it's snow to freezing rain, maybe back to snow. So definitely some weather woes, some travel woes. After that, I see a warming trend, and we'll have probably not bare ground in the north, but bare ground in the south again by the first week in January, as we could have some 35 to 43 degree temperatures on the way. All right, just take a few more questions. Caro in the thumb. My friends in Caro, a lot of friends in Caro, looking at probably 2 or 3 inches of snow and then melting off. Battle Creek, you're looking at 1 or 2 inches of snow, I would say, then melting off. James Piper, Chesaning, probably 2 or 3. Lansing, 1 or 2. How much snow in Saginaw tomorrow? Probably Saginaw is 2 inches southeast, 4 inches northwest, and then melting off. Hi, Janice and Martinique. Baldwin, good morning. Lisa, I'm not even going to try anybody's last names today. This is the hard last name day. I'm going to call you Lisa R. in Lansing. You get an inch or 2, probably. So there you have it. We'll continue to keep you updated as we head toward the New Year's Day weather system. And get out and travel today if you need to. Enjoy the sunshine in places. Thursday, another good day. And then you're going to want to wait probably until Saturday, until 2021 to travel if you want to. There you go. Thanks for joining me. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. It was a long one, but there was a lot. Kind of like a little soap opera. Take care.